We're talking security, and Dr. Ona Ekhomu, a security consultant, joins us now to give us perspective on some of the goings on in the country. Morning, and thank you for coming on today.
Morning, Chamberlain. How are you doing this morning?
Well, before I will delve into this, the one that the Minister of Information was talking about, only recently, I mean, we picked up on it this morning, again, another, they say, court killing in Rivers State. We've seen this kind of scenario play out several times, particularly in that particular local government area. Sometime in May, there was a similar one. But now we're trying to get words from the police authorities to give us at least an update on what exactly is going on. But those kind of things going on, one wonders, why is it difficult for us to stem the tide?
Well, court killings are quite prevalent throughout Nigeria. Lagos has a big court problem. Bayelsa, Rivers, like you've just referenced. Edo State is a big court region. So we have a lot of those court killings going around. Now, what are cults? Cults are just youth gangs, if you may. And the young people find expression in those gangs. They use them for protection. Politicians use them to prosecute their agenda. And you know, this court thing has been around for quite a while. And we'll probably need to get deeper into it. We need to have a situation where the police agency can have specialized units, specialized personnel that will study these courts over a period of time. You know, when you go in there and say, okay, we've arrested 4 court boys from ABC University, for example, you've not done anything. You just scratched yourself. You just caught 2 or 3, what do you call it, gunmen. But who is behind this court?
Let me stress that.
What's their organization? What's their structure? What's the leadership? What's their resourcing? Yeah. What are their motivations? The real questions are not asked. We just, you know, beat our chest and say, yeah, we've busted the court. And meanwhile, the court is going strong and well.
You know, we've also seen this kind of, this is not the first, second, or third, fourth year. You've also been on security issues for a long time now, especially with the police. Is there that kind of thinking and deliberate action on the part of the police authorities or security agencies in this country, wherein they look at this kind of matter, focus on it consistently and make progress? Does it happen now and we don't see it?
Well, I am not in the police agency, so I cannot speak for them. But what I'll say, I can tell from the fruits, from the productivity. If this problem is there, it's persistent, it's taking lives, and it's not being resolved, then something is wrong. Then something is very wrong somewhere. So probably the kind of focus you're calling for, the kind of specialization in cult-related killings. I mean, there are so many of these things going around. It's just not there.
I recall that, you know, shortly after the current IG took over office, one of the things he was looking at was eradicating cultism, especially in Edo State. We do not know if that spread across all the other states, but we do recall that quite a number of people were held. And we recall that I think sometime in the 90s, there was also a campaign this time around by the federal government to get rid of cultism in schools, because then it was a very big problem.
It was a big problem.
We do not know
and it still is.
Exactly. So perhaps at that time, maybe because it went down and was maybe no longer, at least it wasn't fashionable when I was in school, perhaps they've forgotten about it and now it's back on the rise. Can we really do anything about it? Can we really eradicate cultism?
Yes, we can. I mean, cultism is criminal behavior. It's sanctioned by the statutes and even by social mores, and so it's not, you know, it's not something that should be there. You know, I mean, gangs exist for a reason, for the purposes of the members. Gangs, I mean, cults, they exist for that reason, for the purpose of the members. You know, to promote whatever interests you know, they have. But however, having said that, I mean, when you break the law, when you kill people, 15, like you just said in Rivers, when you become part of a political electioneering process, when you become part of a campus hooligan structure, intimidating lecturers, intimidating fellow students, killing people, there's a problem.
You've talked
There's a
about
problem.
the involvement of politics. You said that sometimes politicians use them for their own
Yeah.
ends. That's the reason why it's very important to ask if you can really get rid of it. Because if powerful people are behind cults and they're supporting and promoting cultism, can security agencies do more than just do what they're doing?
I thought we have a supremacy of law in this land. It's not about men, it's about laws. So if they offend the law, and if we do diligent investigations, if we do good investigations, we can put almost anybody away, except those who, for right now, are protected by immunity laws of our Constitution. We can put anybody away. It doesn't matter who. The point is, how well do we do these investigations? How well do we follow the problem? Like some of these, like you've said, you even went to school and you didn't see them in your time. They are longitudinal problems. They are not problems. No, truly, they are not problems that they don't just rise up one day. Not like Lassa fever. We hope that Lassa will go away. They don't just come up and go away. They stay with us for a while because people benefit from them a great deal. That's the story here.
I chuckle when we try to look at them as only in schools. What we have, for instance, in Rivers State and even in Edo State,
society.
we're talking about it has
Yes.
metamorphosed
Yes.
and progressed into the society. You see people who are supposed to be parents, fathers, adults, as
Engaging in
members,
cultism.
not even sponsors, as members of
Yes.
such cult groups. How can the police or security agencies help in stemming this? Because it started as just like a sorority, a fraternity, and now we're getting to see that it has moved beyond school campuses and into our societies to the extent that people are being butchered.
Well, my take on this is if people want to join gangs, they want to join social groups, they want to join whatever they want to join, as long as they don't break the law. It's the point where you start breaking the law that I have a problem. When you start killing people, when you start burning buildings, when you start getting very rowdy, or offending the laws of the land, then it's a problem. So you're right. Courts have been around for a very long time, and well, in some cases, some have been, lawbreakers, offenders.
Are we doing enough? Because we had a special report here, which we did, and you would be amazed at the names. For instance, 1 million boys in Lagos tormenting people. People can't sleep.
Yes.
They even write letters to tell people that they are coming, and truly they will come. Are we helpless?
Well, again, no, I don't think we're helpless. I think we have strengths. Like every other societal problem, when it gets to a head, like it has now, it deserves serious attention, it deserves serious study. It deserves serious enforcement of the laws. And I think perhaps this is a clarion call to the police agency that, guys, cultism is becoming a very big issue and it's wasting lives, and perhaps you should pay even closer attention. And I think that's the way I'll take it right now, because they have the capability. They can do it, but then they have to, one, do better investigations so that they can put even big guys away, that we've referenced. And secondly, it must be a longitudinal affair. It must continue for a long time. It can't be, because this is a problem that's been with us perhaps even since independence, or maybe even before independence. It's been a long-running problem. I've tested, I've studied, I've written on cultism so many times. So, I mean, it didn't just pop up with the 15 people that were killed in Rivers a few days ago. So it's been around.
One of the other items that has been around, threatening to become a long-standing problem, is the Boko Haram scenario. When the minister says, in spite of the recent attacks, he insists they remain decimated. What kind of attention do you think we're giving to this? Serious enough or not?
Well, I think we are giving it serious attention. I think we are, with the kind of military commitments we have in the Northeast, the number of divisions that are on ground there, the kind of money that is being pumped into it, the kind of global attention we are getting, intelligence partnerships with the French, with the Italians, with the Chinese, with the Americans, Certainly, I think, you know, we have just 15 minutes of spotlight with the Boko Haram issue. But I have a problem with the fact that we're still, you know, getting hammered. We're losing people. Dalori, 100 to perhaps 200 dead. Yeah. Mairi, is it 45 or 50 dead? You know, so and so on and so forth. You can keep calling Dikwa.